Alright, so welcome guys to Audio Daily Drivers 2021. So it has been maybe 2 years. I last did this Daily Drivers 2019. So this is my segment to show you guys what I'm actually using on a daily. And actually for 2021, it's a bit different because we're in a different situation right now. It's like for me personally, I don't usually go out as much as before. So yeah, my setup changed, and my daily routine also changed. So I kind of adapted my audio gear based on that. So we're gonna start first with I'm gonna show you guys the ratio now of the headphones versus IEMs, because now we have a lot more headphones in the list. And that is because I'm staying at home mainly. So I do a lot of gaming, and of course I do some reviews as well, and I'm also recording right now. And that's why we have some more headphones, and also doing some reviews as well. So that's why we have some IEMs, and also doing some monitoring, so we have some IEMs as well for that. But let's start first with the headphones. So my headphones right now, first is the ATH M40X. So the M40X is something that I usually use right now for monitoring my audio if I'm doing some podcast, and also when I'm doing some videos as well. This is what I use for monitoring. So this for podcast monitoring, vocal monitoring. This is what I use. Of course, the sound quality for the M40X is really nice for some monitoring. Fits nicely on the ear, and you have the close back as well, which is really important for me for monitoring. So yes, the M40X, and actually you can use it for some casual listening as well. But this is what I actually use right now for my podcast monitoring. So that is the M40X. So we're just gonna go through this fast because yes, we have a lot of things to cover. Next is the my recording stuff, and that is first the AKG K701s. So this is actually what I use maybe 80% of the time when I'm doing some recording. So this is what I use for maybe some mixing work. Actually pre-mixing work. This is what I use, and when I'm also recording some songs. This is what I use. So what I really like about this, and that's why I use it, because it's a non-fatiguing listen for me. So when you're doing some recording, so the raw recording can sound really fatiguing to listen to, because you're not doing some de-essing, especially for the vocals. So it can be harsh to listen to, especially if you have a really revealing pair. So this is not fatiguing to listen to, so I can record for a long listening session, do some pre-mixing. And this is also very good in terms of the tuning. So it's quite neutral in the tuning in this. And yeah, the tonality as well is not that overly aggressive, and it's very tight sound as well. So this is not something that I'm gonna use for some casual listening. It's a bit too cold for me of a listen, but for monitoring, mixing, this is the pair that I use. And yeah, it's really comfortable as well. So when I'm doing some recording for maybe long listening session, long recording session, I can wear this for a long day. And actually I do like the velour pads there. So sometimes when you're recording, maybe you can get excited when you're doing some guitars and stuff like that. So you can get perspired and stuff like that. And having leather pads is not good for perspiration. So I like the K701s. And 20% of the time, or maybe 10% of the time, I use the DT1990. So this is what I use for the finalization of songs. So yes, this is my go-to for the final mixing and mastering as well. And yeah, this is not something that I want to use for some casual listening, actually, because I find it to be fatiguing to listen to. But it is very nice, nicely extended highs on top. One of my most accurate pairs for me that I'm using. And this is something that I use for some mixing, mastering as well. Very tight sound. So for my personal preferences, this is not something that I want to use for some casual listening. Maybe sometimes if I want to do some more critical listening, if I'm listening to a track and I want to kind of figure out how they master the track, or mix the track, this is something that I use. But otherwise, this is something that I use at the end of the chain for me. So really like this thing. This is the tool for the job for me. So those are my monitoring mixing pairs for my recording stuff. And now let's go to gaming first. For some gaming, so I actually use two headphones. I actually use headphones because I play on the PC most of the time, and I play some CSGO, Valorant as well, so mostly FPS games. And I also play some other games as well, RPG games. So I kind of, have different headphones depending on the usage. So when I'm seriously gaming, when I'm maybe doing competitive CSGO or Valorant as well, I use the PC37X. So this is my best for gaming. Really nice mic, and yeah, very clean sound, nicely extended on top. And yeah, this is something that I will trust when I'm doing some I would say more serious gaming. So yeah, PC37X, this is my go-to for that. But when I'm doing some casual gaming, when I'm just just playing around with friends, and when I'm playing maybe some RPG games, maybe some Destiny 2, maybe some Tomb Raider or Witcher 3. This is the one that I use, and this is already scuffed up. This is the Razer Man O War, and this is a wireless version. So I really like it because so I use this because mainly it's wireless, so it's very convenient to use. It's not the best sounding, but yeah, for the wireless, for the convenience. So sometimes when I'm just doing casual, the convenience is more important for me. So I like that I can move from my table to maybe outside without taking off the headphone. So that's nice. If I'm gonna get maybe water or something or some snack, I can just wear the headphone and not take it off, and I can still talk in Discord. So yes, a wireless for me, really nice for some gaming. Yeah, but for some more competitive gaming, this is not something that I want to use. Because yeah, I find that the PC37X is better in performance, but for convenience, this is what I use. Alright, so for gaming, this is what I usually use this to, PC37X and also the Man O War. When I'm doing some casual listening for headphone and other stuff, when I'm doing some referencing, so this is my all-rounder, my versatile all-rounder for me. So this is the HD600. So yeah, for the rest of the stuff that my more specialized gear cannot cover, this is what I use. So yeah, this is one of my favorite headphones, HD600, my go-to for other stuff. You're getting that Sennheiser HD600 sound. The mids is really good. So it's very well-rounded for me. It has, again, non-fatiguing listen for me, something that I can use for a long listening session, and I like it for some casual listening. Even for some mixing sometimes, this is also what I try to use, especially on some tracks. And yeah, I really like the fit on the ear in this. This is something that is really comfortable to wear on the ear. So actually, right now, when I'm gonna buy some headphones, one of the things that I need to look at is the build quality. So some of my headphones right now, some of my other headphones like maybe Audio Technicas, they have faux leather, and they're already bogged down. And for the HD600, it's still intact. So it's as old or maybe older compared to my other headphones, but some of them are already bogged down. The leather is scraping off, and it's still good. So that's why I also tend to use it, because it can be a workhorse for you, and it can still stay intact. So yeah, the HD600 is one of my go-to for headphones. So for the IEMs, these are my choices. So first, for my reference pair. So for my reference pair right now, I'm using the Shure 846. So yes, for the 846, this is what I use for my usual referencing. So yeah, for some of my sound tests, this is what I use. If I need an IEM for reference, this is what I usually use mainly. Yeah, for Shure 846, so definitely it's more something I used to sometimes use as well for monitoring, but now I use it mainly for some doing some referencing. And next is the Starfields. So the Starfields is another reference for me. So Starfields, yeah, it's my channel favorite. So definitely for the price that you are paying for, I would say it's one of the better value pairs that you can get. So yeah, I said it before in my earphone top charts that even if you have more expensive IEMs, there's still something that you can use. And yeah, for me, I stand by that. It's my reference point. So I still use it for some casual listening as well, for some referencing. Yeah, it's an all-rounder for me. So a lot of tracks that I throw at it, it can handle it. So that's what I like about the Starfields. Another one for me is the Star C. So actually for the Star C, this is one of the IEMs that I use for some recording as well, and yeah, for a reference point as well. But I actually mainly use this for some recording. So yeah, I use it for a monitor, and I actually sometimes pre-mix as well with this one. But yeah, I do my finalization with the DT1990. So yeah, I do I like the overall signature. It's versatile because you have some switches. Yeah, and the fit on the air, you have some fins, are really stable. Even if you're doing some monitoring, it will stay on your ear. So yes, for Star C, it's one of the things that I usually use as well. And another one is the TRNB-A5. So the TRNB-A5, I use it right now for some monitoring. So the TRNB-A5, I use it for some podcast monitoring, and I'm also using it for some recording monitoring as well. So especially for some guitars, this is something that I want to use personally. And it works nicely for monitoring because sometimes for me, I do prefer the A setup when doing some monitoring because yeah, the micro detail there, especially for guitars, really shines. So yeah, these are my 4 IEMs that I use right now. And of course, yeah, I interchange. I only have 2 ears. So, I interchange, and it depends on, what I'm gonna do for the day. But these 4 are usually, my rotation. All right, let's go to the players, and these are the last. And yeah, before the players, let's go to the TWS. For the TWS right now, so actually I just have the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. So I like this because I'm now using Samsung. So because yeah, it's Samsung to Samsung, the seamless nature, the convenience is really nice on this. And yeah, for the sound quality as well, I did a sound test of this, and there's a lot of people who kind of likes the sound quality of the Buds Pro. It's portable enough, something that you can just put in your bag, and it won't be that big to carry around. Actually smaller than the AirPods Pro for me. And yeah, it's a sleek design, and you have that that app as well in the Samsung. So yeah, for Samsung to Samsung, it's really an advantage for me. So yeah, the convenience for me. Now going to our players, so I actually don't have that much players right now. I only have 3 of them. So actually, surprisingly, I'm not using the WM1A, my Sony recently, so I didn't put it in my daily driver. So all of these are just what I'm actually using. I have other gear, but surprisingly, some of my other gear, I'm not using it that much at the moment, but it can change. But these are what I use right now. So for my daily listening, for my referencing, for the sound test, yeah, everything that you see in the sound test, it's going through the Chord Hugo. So this is the Chord Hugo that I have. And yeah, I really like the features of this because yeah, first you have 2 inputs, and that is really convenient for doing some A/B testing. And yeah, you have a very clean sound as well for the Hugo. So sometimes I pair it with a tube amplifier for testing as well. It's right there. So but yeah, I usually just go with the Chord Hugo. But yeah, that's what I usually use right now. And for some unboxings and for some casual listening, I usually go with the Hebe R3. And yeah, this is my smaller kit. So I like it because yeah, it's small and you have a big screen. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, having that compactness is definitely a plus for me. And you can put another amp jack if you want more power, which for me is the Chord Mojo. So the Mojo, this is something that I use when I'm working on a laptop. This is the amp DAC that I use if I'm not on my PC, because the Hugo is my desktop setup, and this is my on-the-go setup. So I sometimes do my listening in a laptop outside the studio. So this is my go-to for that, and sometimes I stack them up if I need more power. And the advantage of the Mojo, again, so that's what I like about Chord products, is for A/B testing. You do have 2 inputs, and yeah, it's easier to compare IEMs. For me, you don't need to plug and unplug, so that's definitely an advantage. So that's why I like Chord products, especially when I'm doing some reviews, because it's easier for me. And yeah, it doesn't hurt as well that I like the sound as well that you're getting from the Chord products. This is actually what I have right now. This is what I usually use. So yeah, that is actually my daily drivers right now. So as you guys can see, my usage comprises of some gaming, some recording as well, mixing, and yeah, some mastering, and some referencing as well for my channel, and some casual listening as well, and some TWSs for some convenience. So yeah, that's the usage that I'm usually listening to right now. So actually yeah, there's not a lot of critical listening right now going on in my usage. So yeah, I'm mostly doing some casual listening, some yeah, but this is the usage that I'm usually going for right now. Yeah, so I just like to show you guys the update, and yeah, this is a different time right now. I actually don't have ANC here, so because I'm not traveling right now, so yeah, there's some use cases that are not covered here because it's a different time now in 2021. So maybe this is the daily driver quarantine version or 2021 version. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. This is just a casual vlog for me. Of course, if you learned something, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next zpolt video. Bye.